Hello guys and welcome to day 5 of the NGB Game of the Year discussions for 2017. I am Ben and I'm joined by Johnny.
Hi.
This is it, Johnny. This is the final countdown.
It feels like I can't remember a time when I wasn't discussing Game of the Year with you on the sofa.
I know. It's like we've been here for 5 days.
It is, yeah.
Although it's really only been a couple of hours because I'm going to let people in on a little secret.
Don't lift the curtain, mate.
We've done it all in one night.
You're breaking kayfabe.
Yeah. Anyway, video games. They're fun. We are going to go through our top 5 video games of 2017.
NGB's top 5.
As voted
not
for.
ours.
No, voted for by the the staff and the writers of NGB.
Yeah.
So, starting off at number 5.
Bring it to.
This is a game that I've not played myself, so I'm going to have to rely on other people's opinions here.
Sure.
Number 5 is Persona 5.
Yeah.
So, Robin has said this is his game of the year.
Okay.
So, I mentioned yesterday that every game in the top 5, at least one person has said it's their favourite game of the year. So, Robin has said Persona 5 is his game of the year. I can clarify how good Persona 5 is a little by letting you know, first off, that I usually hate turn-based RPGs. Despite that, the Persona series always manages to draw me in through its mixture of everyday Japanese life, fantastical monster fighting and crazy relationship simulation. Building and maintaining a social life and friendships is much more gripping than you'd imagine, and the cast of characters are all lovable and relatable, despite the often crazy story developments. The art style and the music are also fantastic, making this a tremendous all-round package. It's hard to accurately describe a Persona title without letting someone play it, but the success that Persona 5 has had this year is more than justified, and I couldn't be happier that the series has finally found the praise and the mainstream success it deserves in the West.
Yeah.
I everything that I've seen about Persona 5 is one of those games that makes me think, I should probably get into it, and then I see that it takes about 100 hours, and I just go, maybe not.
Yeah.
Deb says the Persona series is one of her most favourite RPGs ever, or JRPGs ever, and I've been waiting a long time for this release in the series. Love the visual design and the musical scores, and this release goes above and beyond. It's just gorgeous. The animated cutscenes and voice actors are perfect in their delivery, and the story this time has taken a darker yet interesting route. Always fall in love with the characters and their personalities, and uncovering their own personal storylines leads to some deep stuff. While some may bore of the day-to-day routines, I take great pleasure in uncovering the characters' daily lives and facing the consequences of my actions. Certainly don't like failing the classroom questions. Even if you're not a JRPG fan, Persona 5 is one you should definitely make an exception for.
Alright.
Nick's voted it in his number 2, as did Deb.
Yeah.
Saying there's something very special about the way Persona 5 infuses its many ideas. A deep and sometimes complex game that balances a mundane daily routine with a dark and twisted narrative, exceptionally well stylized to perfection, and addictive almost to a fault. The final vote for Persona 5 came from Matt Smale, who said, whilst much more niche than Horizon, Persona 5 is the second Sony exclusive to grace his list. The Persona series is known for its lengthy exposition and character development, as well as an exceptionally stylish delivery. JRPGs come in many shapes and sizes, but Persona 5 takes the best from all of them, including many unique features from early entry in the series, and presents it in an accessible way that's just dripping with panache. If you're looking for a long-term proposition this winter, you could do a lot worse than spending your money here. And I think that's the bit there where he said, if you're looking for a long-term proposition.
Absolutely.
I'm
not.
Yeah. I'm really not. Like, I can't justify putting 100 hours into a game.
No, 15 hours, I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
Anything, I put 70, 80 hours into another game this year.
Yeah.
That we'll come to later. But
yeah.
I've heard amazing things about Persona 5 though, but it's not something I generally fuck with, JRPGs.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. Yeah. So, Persona 5 there, sitting at our number 5 spot on the list. Sitting at number 4 is a game that I have thoroughly enjoyed this year.
Sure.
Kieran has thoroughly enjoyed this year.
He loves it.
He does indeed love it. Nico has thoroughly enjoyed it.
Sure.
Charles has thoroughly enjoyed it.
My God.
And Nick has thoroughly enjoyed it.
That's a lot of thoroughly enjoying.
Yeah, we are, of course, talking about Destiny 2.
Yes.
The MMO that isn't an MMO.
Right. Isn't it?
I mean, it's not. It's an MMO FPS.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay.
Doesn't have, it doesn't have the hooks of an RPG. It has some other hooks that are, very, very deep.
All right.
I love Destiny 2.
Yeah. I know you always rough them on the raids.
Yeah, mate, I've done the raid a few times.
Yeah.
The last time we did the raid, it took us an hour and 15 minutes.
All right.
Which is not bad, considering the first time we did it, it took us about 3.
Were you speedrunning it?
No, we were just going through it normally.
Just moseying through?
We did say we're going to try and beat, because we've got 2 sections in our clan now for the Seekers of Light, which is our NGV clan.
Excellent. Did you find any light?
We did.
Good.
We did. We found some light.
Good.
We hit the raid in 1 hour 17, which I think is almost beating the PC guys.
All right.
Because we've got the PS4 guys and the PC guys.
Yeah.
Like Destiny 2 is a very good social game. So Kieran said that Destiny 2 can be praised for many things, whether it's its story, beautiful in-game vistas, or technically accomplished audio.
Yeah.
These, amongst other things, are valid reasons why Destiny 2 deserves to ride high on the Game of the Year list. But the one thing that elevates it into the annals of gaming history for me is its approach to co-op gaming. Many games offer a co-op game mode, which tends to be a single-player experience with another player.
Yeah.
Destiny 2, however, completely knocked my tits off with its raid gameplay.
Knocked my tits off.
That's the wording from Kieran.
Fantastic.
The raid in Destiny 2 is unlike anything I've ever experienced before, and it sprays shame on other games claiming to be co-op experiences. Spread across various stages, each with their own mechanics and systems to learn, the Leviathan raid requires genuine communication between the 6-person party during the 7+ hours it takes to complete it the first time round.
Yeah.
Everyone has a role to play, and success or failure is made that ever more sweet or bitter, knowing you've had a hand in the outcome. All of this makes beating a raid genuinely exhilarating and emotional, something I doubt I'll feel in a game again in a long time, until the next expansion.
Are you? Do you have set numbers of people in your squad then for the raids and stuff?
So Destiny 2 primarily, when you play in the multiplayer,
Yeah.
is I think 4-person,
Right.
4 people teams. So
Okay.
it's 4v4.
All right.
But the raid is 6-person.
Okay.
So normally you have a 3-person fire team.
Yeah.
I might be misreading the numbers on terms of the PvP stuff, to be honest. But you can do. You basically run Destiny 2, with a team of 3, or when you go to do the raid, you have a team of 6.
Yeah.
There are people that have done the raid with less people than that, which I still can't quite get my head round.
Right.
There is a lot to do in the raid, and there are some bits that require genuine cooperation between at least 3 or 4 people at one time.
I've watched you guys streaming your raids, and it's fucking intense.
It is.
It's fucking intense, mate.
It's really intense, and it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like that feeling of when you do the raid for the first time, is superb, and I love it. There's a lot of stuff that I like about Destiny 2.
Yeah.
However, as Nick says, Nick being one half of the Destination Destiny team,
Our boys.
he said, "There's plenty of debate about Destiny 2's floundering endgame and missing game modes that taint Bungie's sequel, but what can't be denied is that it's still one of the finest feeling shooters around when combined with friends that can come together to create memorable experiences and generation-defining memories. Whilst it feels like the game's not quite fully realised as yet, a wonderful foundation has been created." And I think that's fair, to be honest. Nico's put here, by far the game I've played the most this year, with 356 hours of total game time.
Damn, Nico.
And Destiny 2 only came out in September. That's like 12 full days.
That's a lot.
Well, that's more than that, actually. Bloody hell.
I mean,
Destiny 2 combines the spectacular gunplay from the first game with a far better story and loads more activities to do to get you through the grind. Easily his game of the year.
easily.
I mean, I haven't put as much time into Destiny 2 as Nico did.
No.
But
I don't think many people will have done.
I think... I don't know what that laugh was. I think the thing for me, like, within a month, I'd put more time into Destiny 2 than I had into Destiny 1 in, like, 3 years.
Okay.
Which was... that was not necessarily an indictment on Destiny 1,
No.
but it showed just how far D2 had come.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to love about that game. As Nick said, there's a lot to hate about it. Charles has also said that it's in his top 10. If I can just pull up his details here. Destiny 2, I'm sure this would be higher on my list if I had a chance to experience it properly from the multiplayer aspect. Currently seeing this as a solid go-to when I've got an hour to kill. Excellent graphics and tons of AI waiting to meet their end. Not bad at all. It's important to note there that Charles is playing it on the PC. Nick has also moved over to PC for most of it. Yeah. He's basically maxed out his characters on the PS4.
Okay.
And he's moving to PC to play it with buttery smooth 60 frames a second.
Sure.
Because what they've done is they've done basically the same as they did with Destiny 1. And they've said, right, we're keeping it at a level for everybody, so it's 30 frames a second.
Yeah.
The PS4 Pro improvements are primarily visual based, so it's going to be lighting effects and particle effects, things like that.
Yeah.
But man, Destiny 2, what a game. There are problems with it, but there's so much to do in the game, and it's explained properly this time round.
Yeah.
Like, there's an actual story. There are still some bits in there where I'm sat there going, what the bloody hell do I do with these lot of coins? But yeah, Destiny 2 is a fantastic game. And that sits at our number 4 for 2017.
Well done, Destiny 2.
Indeed, I'm sure Destiny 2 will be pleased with your congratulations.
What could possibly get more love than that, Ben, from the NGB team? Because I got a lot of love.
So there's 3 games.
Yeah.
Destiny 2 got 5 votes.
Right.
In everybody's total top 10 lists.
All right.
The next 2 games got 8 votes each.
Oh, my lord. Okay.
So the first game that got 8 votes is our number 3.
Yep.
Which is Super Mario Odyssey.
I thought you were going to do the voice then.
So did I, but my throat is completely fucked.
I mean, even without that, it's a nice announcement. You are coughing a lot.
I am, yeah. I'm coming down with
You are dying, yeah. Mario Odyssey for the Switch.
It's really good.
Released in the October.
Yeah.
As I remember. A good time for video games.
Yeah, it was. Good day for video games.
A good day for video games.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to get Mario Odyssey at launch.
Nope.
I thought, I've got Wolfenstein to review, so I'm going to do Wolfenstein. I'll catch up on the backlog.
Yep.
I'll get Mario Odyssey for Christmas, maybe. And then heard so much good shit about it. Well, like the day after it came out, I was like, I've got to get it, haven't I?
Yep.
So I got Mario Odyssey, and it's fucking wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah.
I really want to talk about the ending, Mario Odyssey, but I don't want to do it.
Please don't.
No,
I've not finished it yet.
I'm not going to. I'm not a monster. But it is sort of wonderful, though. Obviously, you don't know.
There are bits in it. So, like, I did the same as you. So I was like, I'm going to buy that game at Christmas. That's going to be my Christmas game.
Yeah.
I've got some time off over Christmas, so I'm going to be able to play it, and I'm going to actually have a Christmas game this year.
Yeah.
Turns out I bought it early.
You bowed like I did.
I did.
You folded.
And I started playing it, and then I got a lot of other things to play.
Yeah.
So I've still not finished it.
Yeah.
But what I have played is wonderful.
It is wonderful. There are some of the environments as well are beautiful too.
New Donk City is amazing.
New Donk City is not one of my favourites, you know.
I think that the bit with New Donk City is the bit at the end of New Donk City.
Yes,
like
valid.
The festival is brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a surprise. That came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I really liked. Obviously, you put your hat on the thing, you're the thing.
Yes.
And you can be the little cheap fish, which is exciting, because that means they have little moustaches, which is quite good.
They do, yes.
And, the way they've kind of moulded that mechanic into all these different things. The collectibles as well, obviously you get through the worlds by collecting moons.
Yes.
For doing challenges. And the attitude I took was like, I'll get enough moons to get to the next bit.
Yep.
Each stage. I'll just do it like that. I won't like go too deep into it straight off. So I did that, got through the story, and you go back to the levels after that, and there are so many moons in there that you just weren't aware were there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just, the levels are fucking packed.
Yes.
It's insane, with stuff.
Yeah.
Just so much stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. So it looks beautiful, it is frequently hilarious as well. I love the little dancing school chaps in the kind of Desert City bit.
I
One
think,
of the early
yeah,
ones,
I think I know what you mean. Yeah,
Love those dudes. They're great. There's a little dog there as well. You can play catch with the hat. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, very inventive game. Typical Nintendo. Just adorable, family-friendly stuff throughout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as I say, this had 8 votes. So people that voted for it were myself. As I say, I voted for it quite low down on my list because I've yet to finish it, but I know it's a special game.
Yeah.
You obviously voted for it. Andy voted for it.
Yeah.
Nick voted for it. Gary voted for it.
Sure.
Deb voted for it. Matt Smale voted for it, and Chiz voted for it as well.
Yeah.
So, let's just have a quick look. Andy said, another strong reinvention by Nintendo. Odyssey takes the familiarity of Mario and finds fascinating ways of subverting it. Visually amazing, wonderfully portable, and packed full of whimsy from start to finish.
Yeah.
Usually the phrase packed full of whimsy from start to finish would turn me off a game.
Absolutely.
But it's good.
It's good.
Gary has said, charming, fun, and an absolute blast to play. Not only does it have some of the greatest level design in any 3D platformer ever, strong words, the game also has nostalgia-filled moments as well. One of the best 3D Mario titles ever, and another plus point to buy a Nintendo Switch for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that more or less sums it up.
I think Mario has proved this year, as if we didn't know already, that he's basically... you can put Mario in anything and it'll work.
Yeah.
Put Mario in XCOM, that's fine.
Yeah.
Put Mario in a racing game,
Yeah.
it's fine. Mario in fucking collecting moons,
Yeah.
and his hat possesses stuff, it's fine.
Yeah.
It works really well.
So Deb said, this is the kind of Mario game we're waiting for since the days of Mario Sunshine.
Yeah.
We've been spoiled this year with stunning visuals and free roaming worlds. There's a good photo mode actually in Mario Odyssey.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Right.
The ability to customise Mario in the Odyssey with various outfits and stickers allows me to bring my real life obsession with collecting things into a virtual one.
Yeah.
Have you just basically had Mario in his pants all again?
No, I haven't actually got the pants outfit. I felt it was a bit overplayed. By the time it comes up quite early, but I didn't get it because I was like, I've seen Mario in his pants enough at this point.
That sounds like something you're going to say to a therapist.
People on the Twitter were all over Mario in his pants. I did get the wedding dress. I got the Luigi costume. I got a lot of them. I was a big fan of the pilot outfit as well. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nick has said here that it feels like Nintendo can't help but hit everything out of the park right now.
Yeah.
The latest outing from our favourite plumber is no exception. The game's full of charming nods to past Mario titles while inevitably nailing new mechanics.
Yeah.
That I was heavily sceptical about.
Sure.
Now more than ever, it's apparent that Nintendo truly understands what gaming what gaming at its core is all about, and it's a testament to the year we've had that this hasn't been my top pick.
Yes.
That was Nick's number 3 pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a phenomenal year. Let's just have a quick look. Who else has given Mario some love? I
do like how brazen the story is as well and how silly it is when it starts.
Yeah,
it's like they're just scrapping him and Bowser, and then he just falls off, and he's in a kingdom where all the caps are sentient, and that's the start of it.
Yeah,
it's like, that's fine.
Yeah, and it's
and it makes sense at the time.
It's more the fact that the whole thing about the build-up was like, oh, you put your hat on the thing and you're the thing.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh shit, there's a dinosaur in it. That's within the first 10
minutes.
minutes.
I know that straight away.
Yeah.
That is a dinosaur. Oh, great.
Like, where'd you go from there?
I know.
It just gets better. But yeah, Matt said here, if ever there was any doubt Breath of the Wild's credentials as the undisputed champion of 2017, according to him, it could only ever have come from Nintendo themselves. Mario Odyssey would any other year have been a clear winner in its own right, with the chirpy plumber returning to the same kind of form that made 3D platforming the most popular game back in town in the 64-bit era. Mario Odyssey is bold, beautiful, and crammed with both character and challenge in equal measure. It's new and innovative, while at the same time as familiar as your old pair of pants. Don't think, just buy.
Yeah. Strong words.
Sums it up. Yeah, I think Mario Odyssey is a strong game.
I think Mario Odyssey is the only game I've seen this year that's in the top 10 list that hasn't had those kind of that kind of hot take thing of actually it's bad. Like, I haven't seen anyone doing that with Mario. I've seen it for all the other big games. Have you seen someone saying it?
I think you're probably right.
No one has said actually it's bad because everyone's been like, it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. So we're coming up to our top 2.
Oh my god.
Now,
It's going to get controversial.
if I tell you all that 8 people voted for our number 2 game,
Yeah.
and they are the same 8 people that voted for our number 3 game,
Yeah.
might give you an idea of where we are with it.
Sure.
Our number 2 game
Yeah.
in NGB's Game of the Year 2017
Yeah.
is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Mm.
Now, in my opinion, the only reason that this is number 2
Yeah.
is because of the way that our voting works.
Yes.
If we did this on average score,
Yeah.
this would be our number 1 by quite some distance.
Yeah.
However, we do it on total score,
Yeah.
and not everybody on the team owns a Switch.
No.
Not everybody on the team has played Breath of the Wild.
No.
So, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild
It's number 2.
is our number 2 game.
Apparently.
However, it is my number 1 game. It is your number 1 game.
It is.
It is Andy's number 1 game. It is Nick's number 1 game.
Yeah.
It is Deb's number 1 game. It is Matt Smale's number 1 game.
Right. This is all very Electro College, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But we'll talk about Mario Odyssey.
Zelda is Hillary here.
No, we won't talk about Mario Odyssey. We'll talk about Legend of Zelda.
What about Legend of Zelda?
The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
It's fucking great, isn't it?
It's brilliant.
It's fucking brilliant.
Now, the thing is, as we mentioned in one of the earlier podcasts, I've never been the biggest Zelda fan.
No.
To the point where I will probably hold my hands up and say, I've never actually completed Ocarina of Time.
No.
I absolutely adored Link's Awakening,
Yep.
but
That is fucking great.
but everything else I've not really bothered to complete.
Oh, past are very similar here, Ben. I had Link's Awakening. That's the old Game Boy.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one I had. I fucking loved it. And Ocarina of Time, I had the remake on 3DS. Thought it was fine.
Yeah,
It was alright. And the only reason I got Breath of the Wild is because I loved the Switch as a piece of hardware,
yep,
and I wanted to get one. And the only game available was Breath of the Wild. So I was
Yeah.
like, I better get... Because I played... Because you had your Switch before me, and I played it on your Switch, and you were like halfway through,
Yeah.
and I had a little mess around. I was like, it seems alright. And I was like, well, I better get it because there's nothing else to play on Switch, really, when it came out. So I got Breath of the Wild and had an epiphany about half an hour in.
yeah,
I thought, this is fucking brilliant.
yeah,
And I've just ploughed 80 more hours into it from then on.
yeah. I think I've put in easily about 80, 90 hours into it.
Yeah.
Which, given, we've just said I've not got time to put 100 hours into Persona, is
That's why.
yeah,
Because of Breath of the Wild. It's taken all my time.
Yeah, now Breath of the Wild is a genuinely special game.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie, when I got all the votes in and I tallied them up, I was like, how do I make this so that Zelda wins?
Yeah.
But we're a democracy. So,
For now.
like, Breath of the Wild it's a game where everything fits with everything else.
Yes.
So, it's difficult to put it into words, really, because the way that the physics systems work in that game, it's so gloriously broken in some places that it allows for some incredible moments.
Yeah.
And yet it all just, even though it does seem to be a bit broken in places, it just fits and it works. So, well, I mean, let's talk about what the team have said here. So, Matt quite simply says, Breath of the Wild is without doubt the best game ever made. Expect fans of Microsoft and Sony consoles to bleat about low frame rates and such like, but be happy, because if you've got Breath of the Wild, you're part of a select club of gamers who know what true genius looks like. You've seen past the marketing, the hype, and the utterly pointless fuckery of 4K in lieu of gameplay.
Yeah.
You're here to play a game, and Nintendo have got you covered. There's no other contenders for Game of the Year 2017. Even Nintendo fall short of their own genius. But everyone else is miles away.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, it's... just Breath of the Wild. It's... Even Deb said here, I'm probably not the biggest Zelda fan, but my God, this game's just a masterpiece. The painted visuals and scenery, the whole world have just got her lost in the beauty.
Yeah.
I can find the perfect spot at sunset, set up a fire to bake some apples, and just forget all my woes alongside the beautiful musical score.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even like to count the amount of screenshots that she saved.
Yeah.
Puzzles and trials are trying and infuriating, yet the completion of them is so satisfying, as is finding them. The combat gives me the freedom to play my own style, often observing and sneaking to gain the advantage or going in arrows blazing. I'll admit most of my time's just been spent exploring, cooking and hiding from the electrifying storms. Honestly, just lost myself in the beauty of Hyrule, helped by the non-linear gameplay.
Yeah.
Nick has said, slightly veering away from the franchise's staples, Breath of the Wild offers a slightly different experience than many expected. However, the result is a stunning game full of meticulous touches, a game that creates a sprawling but densely packed world, one that guides you but invites creativity. No other open-world landscape has ever stoked the fires of curiosity as much as Nintendo's latest addition to this long-loved series, one of the finest games ever made, period. And it's basically praised like that all
It's
the
just
way.
it's a great exploring game. Like I think the fact you can climb any surface, it just gives you, and you can go straight from the plateau that you like, the little trading plateau at the start, straight to fuck up Ganon if you want. And obviously it still has vibes, but you can.
Yes.
And it's just that kind of that feel it has to it. It makes it feel very real. Like rather than being an open world like that is huge, but you can only progress through at certain points. Like I guess like Assassin's Creed Origins or something like that.
Yeah.
This is an open world where you can you can just go anywhere and do anything that you think makes sense.
Yeah.
And it's like little touches of logic that make things seem far more real. Like, I was playing with a friend and I was being chased by some bees because I was messing with their hive, and I tried fighting them off with my sword, and obviously it wasn't working. And my friend was like, "Use a branch," and I was like, "Oh yeah, use the branch," and it worked. And just really small things like that that go a long way into making something feel far more involving.
Yeah.
Just makes it a bit more real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Andy said here that Breath of the Wild, his most anticipated game for 2 years running. Breath of the Wild's everything he'd hoped for and yet not. A complete overhaul of the Zelda series, a reimagining of what open world games could be, and a mighty war cry from Nintendo in what's been a fantastic year for the company.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the important thing to realise, is that Breath of the Wild was one of those games where everybody was looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And I mean, the number of people that bought a Switch specifically to play that game.
Yeah.
I think at one point the attach rate was higher because
there was
more people
yeah.
bought the game than they did a Switch.
I mean, to be fair, it was the only game worth buying for the Switch for the first month or so.
Yeah.
So it might be that.
Yeah. But I mean, Breath of the Wild is... It's a legitimate treasure.
Absolutely.
And I think if you own a Switch, you owe it to yourself to play this game. It's astonishing. It really is. So that's our number 2. So let's count down. While we're here, we'll
recap.
Quick recap.
Okay.
Game of the Year 2017 for NGB. We've got number 10 is Cuphead.
Boom.
Number 9 is Nier Automata.
Yes.
Automata, whatever.
Yeah.
Tomato.
Number
8 is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
CC.
On the PC. Number 7 is Uncharted The Lost Legacy.
Yeah.
Number 6 is Wolfenstein 2 The New Colossus.
Good stuff.
Number 5 is Persona 5.
Aye.
Number 4 is Destiny 2.
Yeah.
Number 3 is Super Mario Odyssey. Number 2 is The Legend of Zelda.
Oh, yeah.
Breath of the Wild. And number 1 is 1-2 Switch. No. Number 1 is Horizon Zero Dawn.
Excellent.
I mean, for me, it's genuinely been a toss-up between Horizon and Zelda.
I don't know. I mean, I felt Horizon was very good, but I didn't think it was Game of the Year.
See, my thinking behind it was it was very close for me between Horizon and Zelda.
Yeah.
The thing is with Horizon is that we had 10 votes for it.
Yeah.
We had the highest score it was given was 10.
Yeah.
So it was actually 2 people's top choice.
Okay.
The average score for it was at 8.2 out of 10, whereas the average score for Zelda was 9.6.
Yes.
So if you're going by averages, which we're not, then Zelda's Game of the Year. But in terms of the total, Horizon, it's just because more people played it.
Yeah.
And
PS4's been around for 3 years.
Yeah.
More people have got one.
Yeah. But the thing for me with Horizon, and why I think it's probably deserving of this spot, is because it's come from a studio that have made nothing but Killzone games.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
They've gone from very, very linear, very straight stories where it's you are a good guy, go and kill the bad space Nazis.
Sure.
there's not a huge amount alongside that.
No.
You know, it's you've got that iconic sort of three, you know, the glowing eyes of the Helghast from Killzone, but. I mean, it's at its core, it's just a first-person shooter. You know, that's what Killzone is.
Absolutely.
And then for Guerrilla Games to go away and just come out with this, it's incredible. I mean, it's if you want, if you're talking purely in terms of technical, the technical side of things, Horizon wipes the floor with Zelda.
Yeah, I mean, it was the poster game for the PS4 Pro as well.
Yes.
They used it to show that off a lot, so that says quite a bit about how capable it is.
Yes. But the thing is that it's really hard to say, like, what it is about Horizon that makes it so special. I think there's so many things that go into it, and there's so many things that you don't realise when you're playing it until after the fact. You go, oh, fucking hell, that's actually really good. Like, the story in it is it's beautiful. Like, you start off and, you know, you've got this post-apocalyptic world. It's 1,000 years after the fall of humanity.
Yeah.
So everything's overgrown in the way that, like you saw in The Last of Us, where the buildings have been covered in, you know, trees and ivy and stuff, but the way that it's overgrown, it's something entirely different. Like, you know, you've got, instead of it just being a little bit green, you've just got a shell of what used to be a building.
Yes.
And the whole game is just the way that the whole game just completely encapsulates what happened in, you know, in the old times.
Yep.
Is amazing. Like, the world building that Guerrilla have managed to do, the character building in Aloy, and, you know, the other characters in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, Gary says here, you know, Horizon Zero Dawn's a marvel of 2017 and one of the best new IPs I've ever played. Not only is it the best looking game on PS4, it has some of the finest gameplay mechanics and an interesting story that keeps you entertained and engrossed in its world. Horizon Zero Dawn was up against two incredible titles for my Game of the Year, but due to it being so new and fresh and keeps playing like a dream, Horizon Zero Dawn gets my vote for 2017's Game of the Year. And I think that's probably what you know was teetering for me between Horizon and Zelda, was that, you know, Zelda was a reinvention of the series, but it was still kind of at its core, it was a Zelda game.
Of course.
Horizon was one of those games where, you know, we just weren't expecting it.
I can certainly see, like, there are strong plus points for picking Horizon over Zelda. Like, story wise, Zelda is Zelda, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a princess. You got to help her.
The perfect location.
Yeah,
for
but
an ambush.
I mean, Horizon's got robot dinosaurs.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I was saying, like, story wise, it's far more inventive than Zelda.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, I mean, Nico says here, Horizon Zero Dawn, breathtaking action, a killer story, and insane graphics all combined to create a superb PS4 exclusive. Aloy's taken over the hearts of many gamers as the ultimate protagonist and has truly inspired many along the way. Who else have we got here? Deb says, you know, Horizon Zero Dawn, robot dinosaurs, need I say more to explain how awesome this game is? Okay, I will. This year's blessed with some gorgeous looking games, with Horizon being no exception. The visuals are stunning. As a female gamer, having a strong female lead is always fantastic, and Aloy's story has been emotional and captivating. Exploring the open world is very rewarding, and the difficulty, well, it's certainly been one to make me struggle this year. The combat system took some getting used to, especially when setting traps, but I love how it's made me logically think more than others. Now I just need to delve into the Frozen Wilds, as I suggest you do too.
Yeah.
Frozen Wilds is great. Like, that's really what made it hit home to me when I came back to it.
Oh, really?
Like, came back to it after so long, because it was still stuck in my mind, like, when I finished the game.
Yeah.
But I think I was in a very unique position of being able to finish Horizon
Yeah.
before Zelda came out.
Yes.
Like, because we got Horizon a couple of weeks early.
Yeah.
So I actually managed to finish Horizon before the game was out.
Yeah.
And get my review done. So in my mind, like, Horizon was there and it was done.
Yeah.
That was it. At that point, the game was done for me.
Sure.
And then Zelda came out. I was like, "Fuck me, this is good."
Yeah.
And then when the Frozen Wilds came out, it reignited the love that I had for the game when that came out. I was like, actually, this is really good.
Yeah, I remember you were well into it when it was launched.
Yeah, so there's a lot in Horizon. There really is a lot to love. So again, Robin says here, what do you get if you cross Tomb Raider with Transformers: Age of Extinction? Probably something a little bit like Horizon Zero Dawn, but probably nowhere near as good. Dinosaurs are always a big draw for me, so the chance to both hunt and tame giant robot dinosaurs is as part of a massive, massive post-apocalyptic conspiracy was way too much to resist. The fact that Horizon was so much fun to play and entirely gripping made it one of the very best games of the year. And again, everybody that's played it has said, it's a very special game. It's by far and away the best PS4 exclusive of the year. And I can't really see it. It's probably the best PS4 exclusive that there's been, apart from maybe Uncharted, which was obviously last year's Game of the Year.
Of course.
But Horizon genuinely is. I mean, the way that it puts its story across, initially you're sat there going, "What the fuck is going on here?"
Yeah.
And then as Robin said, it's more or less a conspiracy. As it starts to unravel itself, you start to piece things together, and by the end of the game, the revelations that come in, when you hit the end game, are just brilliant.
Okay.
The way that the story wraps up is just fantastic. So, I'm not going to get into any spoilers because that's not fair.
No.
But if you've yet to play Horizon, if you want a story-focused RPG, Horizon is hands down,
sure,
the best game of the year. We will probably argue into the early hours about Zelda and Horizon.
Well, it's getting near bedtime, so not too long.
I mean, it is 7:00. So yeah, Horizon is our game of the year.
It is
for 2017, and it's thoroughly deserved. I think. As I said, it's been a coin toss for me most of the year. I mean, I know you're not the biggest fan of the game, but
no, that's not fair.
In terms of it being up against Zelda,
yeah, of course, I think Zelda is, in my opinion, about the game. But Horizon is good. I liked it. I didn't finish it. It's one of the ones I'll be going back to in my little Christmas break.
Okay.
Pick it up and going with that. But I might get that Frozen Wilds DLC as well.
I might probably say that you may think a little bit more highly of Horizon compared to other things when you finish the game.
Okay.
The story is so strong.
Yeah.
It is genuinely an amazing story that it sets up a franchise.
Right.
But it does it in a way that's not kind of there going, "Hey guys, look at us, we're going to make another one." It's not like that at all. It finishes in a logical spot.
Yeah.
And the world, I cannot fault what Guerrilla have done.
Okay.
I don't think there's a lot of, there's a lot to dislike about the game. I think Deb's mentioned there that, the combat gets a little bit tricky. It does take a little bit of getting used to.
Yeah, because even near the start of the game, the robot monsters, robot dinosaurs, are quite intimidating things.
They are,
They're pretty fearsome things.
Yeah. But
you feel very vulnerable against them.
Yeah, but it's a great game. Yeah. It really is. And evidently, Horizon Zero Dawn.
There you go.
Is NGB's Game of the Year 2017.
Facts.
Couple of quick ones from the community.
Okay.
We threw the question out.
Sure.
Luke says Horizon Zero Dawn is his Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Steve has come back with Persona 5, Divinity Original Sin 2, Yakuza 0, and Horizon.
Good choices. Good choices.
Yeah, Divinity is a massive game that I've yet to touch because I'm scared. And Daniel Henry said, I've had a few favourite games of the year. Breath of the Wild is one. Incredible.
Yeah. I like him.
And of course, over on Facebook, we've had Jason. Jason said that Horizon is his favourite game of the year because it's got robot dinosaurs in it.
Yeah.
And where's the last one? Was Tom. The last one there was Tom, and he's obviously said Nier Automata.
Yeah, he did.
Was his favourite game of the year. So that's going to do us for 2017. Thank you for joining us this year and for the podcast that we've done this week. If you have enjoyed it, please do like, share, and comment and subscribe and all of that stuff. We're going to take probably a few weeks off, to be honest. Couple of weeks at least. Let Christmas get out of the way. Let the New Year get out of the way.
Just a break from seeing each other, really.
Yeah,
we've spent a lot of time together this week, and it's been awful.
Yeah,
to be honest.
But you know, like we do NGB because we love it, and you know, we hope you guys like what we do. And if you could share us about a little bit, you know, give us a little bit of a pimp on Facebook or Twitter or wherever your social media of choice is. And hopefully in 2018 we'll continue to grow, and we'll continue to be a decent little site. You know, we know we're not going to be IGN, we know we're not going to beat GameSpot, but we enjoy being NGB.
We enjoy being what we are.
Yes. And on that slightly positive note, we will see you next year.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Don't get too drunk on New Year's Eve.
No. But do.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.